Okay, everybody, here is a video of how to answer question 3. Question 3 is worth 20 marks, so you have to spend about 20 minutes on question 3. Let's have a look at 3A. 3A is going to be a 1-mark question, so you just need to copy and paste from the source. It could be either opinion, fact, vested interest, or prediction in 3A and B. You don't need to explain why they are that, you just need to copy and paste and write down from the source. Here are some example answers. An opinion from 3A, the relationship between nationalist rhetoric and traditional and territorial disputes will also be critical to the future of Asia. And a prediction, nationalist politics will make 2015 a bad year for international cooperation. Here are some definitions of fact and value judgment at the bottom. 3C is always going to be an explain question for 3 marks. So you need 1 PEE paragraph. Identify 1 value judgment from source 4. Explain why you think that it is a value judgment. A value judgment is a view or decision about what is right or wrong depending on a particular set of standards or values. So how you've been brought up makes you have particular morals, and that's where you decide on something that is wrong or right. You need 1 PEE paragraph for this. 3D is 15-mark question, so you need to spend about 15 minutes on this. For example, look at source 5. Which argument is more convincing? You will always have this blurb underneath 3D. Your answer should consider both arguments, and you should support your point of view with their words. You should also consider the strength of their reasoning and evidence, their use of language, and the different types of information used. Your paragraph needs to be quite complex, so we're going to do a PEEL paragraph. Let's just skip to what a PEEL paragraph is. You need to make your point. You need to include some evidence. Pardon my cat. Explain how that evidence supports your point. Evaluate how effectively this point is used in the source, and you link it to the other source and compare the 2 sources. Let's have a look at some evaluation of the source. In the mark scheme, the following things are listed as things that you could use to put your evaluation in. You can pause the video and read through them at your own leisure. I'm going to skip forward and have a look at what we can apply to these sources. Let's have a look at the yes column. So you can say that their use of language is precise. You can say that they have used sources. You can say that they've used a measured tone. Weaknesses, you can say that they've only used 1 source. You can say that they've only statistical information. You can say that they've used some spelling errors. So you're not likely to agree with their perspective. Strengths for the no column. They mention different perspectives. The weaknesses I thought were quite a lot. They have used their personal interest. We are poorer than ever. They've used assertions. This is why middle-class people feel wealthy. What does that mean? No sources or references in the source here. It's got an exaggerated tone. Many more reasons and examples that are easy to find. It's got spelling and grammar errors, so maybe we are not likely to believe what they are going to say. So, you need to look at paragraph 1, the source you think is the most convincing. Paragraph 2, you talk about the other source. And paragraph 3, you go back to the source you think is the most convincing and you give your judgment, a conclusive sentence. Let's have a look at an example 2 paragraphs. 2 PEL paragraphs look like this. The yes argument is a more convincing argument because it uses precise information from its source. For example, in 2012, the poverty ratio was 21.9%. Need another close brackets here. By using specific examples, the author of the source is giving us evidence to back up his claim. By providing us with evidence makes his source more believable and therefore more convincing. We also know where his statistics have come from, the World Bank, so we can test these examples. This is in contrast with the no source that makes many assertions rather than precise information. Many countries are unable to borrow money. Here you have linked to the yes source to the no source. This is very important for full 15 marks. In the no source, this is paragraph 2. In the no source, there is possibility that the writer's personal interest behind his opinion. For example, but in real terms, we are more poorer than ever. This means that the writer clearly wants the reader to follow their personal opinion without balanced evidence, meaning this source is even less trustworthy as they are letting their personal feelings affect their opinions. Therefore, the yes source is more convincing source in this area. You would then need one more paragraph like this, one more PEEL paragraph to have a full 15 marks out of 15. That's it for question 3.